So can you share more about the influence of Esther Hicks on your journey?
Sure. So as a lifelong atheist, it's hard for me to recognize God because I learn everything through the experiences of my six senses. So if I recognize the experience, I can't believe.
Okay.
So Esther, I mentioned that she taught me how to relax my mind and experience the vibration of my heart. I mean, not the heart beating, but kind of an inner voice from within, right? So she was teaching this and I followed her. That's very important because my mind made me to believe that I was just this body and I could not hear my own heart. And she said that you are not a drop of water in the ocean. You are the ocean. So I was supposed to feel the vibration of the ocean instead of just feeling the drop of water.
Okay.
So I employed her teaching in the process of writing this book, and it amazed myself every day. As you know, that English is not my first language.
It's okay.
So, yeah. So it's even very challenging for me to write such a profound topic in Chinese. But during the process, I wrote like a pro. I was excited every day. Yeah. And I could not believe I finished it in less than 1 year. My first book took me like a decade to finish. Yeah. And then also during this process, when I was writing, all the needed information and the resources just naturally flew into my life. It's like downloaded into my life to serve this one purpose.
It was easy to find the resources. It made it easy finding the resources for it.
Not I'm finding them. I did not find them. They just come to me.
They just came to you.
Right.
Okay.
Naturally, very, very strange. And since my new life became better than I ever could dream of. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like the magic since I think since the I think after first is from Esther, then after Rwanda, then I started to see the magic happen to me like very frequently. Yeah.
So now, Ken, your husband, how did his entry into your life in July 2021 shape your understanding of love and the law of attraction?
By the time I met Ken, I already had the knowledge of the law of attraction. So I was also trying to learn meditation. I was trying to learn the transcendental meditation. I bought this very thick book to read. And after I finished this big book, I still do not know how to meditate because it tells you like a million reasons and a million results. I mean, good things about it, but it does not teach you how to do it. So I hold myself for so long. I know it's good, but how do I do it, right? So I was doing all the research on YouTube, on other resources everywhere, try to learn. But I could not keep very long. I could do a little bit. And then until later, when my father was having an accident, that was the time I became serious.
Okay, so there is a method to learning how to meditate, because I try to meditate and I've been finding that, and I find it difficult sometimes to meditate.
It's difficult for everyone. There are many, many ways. In the Buddhist teaching, it says it has 84,000 Buddha Dhammas, 84,000 ways to help you to do this, right? Which means everybody does it differently. And if this doesn't work, try another way, but find a way you feel it's most suitable for you, and then you stick with that way. The way to build a habit is to do it at the same time every day. Like same time after you have a coffee or after you wake up, at the same time. You can start with very short time, like 2 minutes. Yeah. In the beginning, it was hard to do like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I count my breaths like in less than 20, then my thoughts took me away. Yeah.
Okay. So now, how do you reconcile your scientific background with the metaphysical aspects of the law of attraction?
I think the law of vibration and the double slit experiment, these two things helped me to bridge the gap between science and the law of attraction. The law of vibration states that everything in the universe is in motion, so your thoughts is not exceptional. And then the double slit experiment made me confident that bigger dreams can be achieved by synchronizing with like-minded people.
Okay.
Yeah, like now you and I, we are communicating, right? And
right.
Yeah, if we don't have the same interest, we would not sign up for this task.
Right. No, and I'm taking all of this in because this is stuff that I need to learn, to go on this path, because that's what I'm trying to accomplish. Now, did the pain that you've been going through with your slip disc, was there a role that it played in your journey towards your spiritual awakening?
Yes. I think every step was the pain directed me. And the huge pains stopped me from thinking and allowed my intuition to guide me towards spiritual awakening and self-realization. And when I mention spiritual awakening, I mean I eventually connected to the source of wisdom. I thought I had wisdom before, but I didn't. And that was why I experienced so much pain and felt limited, right? And when you felt limited, it's very painful, right?
Right.
As long as I wasn't painful enough, and then I would keep thinking and trying in the wrong direction, because you feel like I'm a smart person, I can figure it out, and you will keep thinking.
Right.
And the thinking will not lead you to the right way. The right way is to stop thinking. But stop thinking is impossible for us. That's why we need this meditation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you meditate, when you slow down the thoughts, and between the thoughts, then the intuition will kick in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So work on extending that meditation time to be able to shut off the thoughts, because the thoughts are what?
Yeah, completely shut off is impossible, but as long as you can keep the gap longer and longer, and then as long as you have a gap, then the intuition will come in.
Okay, so quiet the noise.
It's not from your thoughts. It's not a thoughts. Very different.
Okay.
When you have it, you will know. Then you will have a aha.
Okay. Can you tell us about the profound events at the end of 2022 that shifted your perspective so dramatically?
Yes. So in the end of 2022, actually it's the saddest time of my life, because my father passed away due to an accident. So it's very hard. Anyway, so when he was in the hospital, I could not get there, and then the hospital told me, and my brother also told me that he was put in the ICU, and then it made me all anxious. And I was in the process of applying for the emergency visa and, book the air tickets to go back, but I could not do it right away because the costs of the air tickets and the quarantine was very expensive, right? If you do want to do the second day or second, third day, whatever, those were like I could not afford. So I thought, well, even though I was an atheist, I would invite anybody, any magical power, any God, any spirit to help. So I asked my old friends, please pray for my father and please do whatever religion you are, use your own way to help my father. And also when he was in the hospital, he was shut down and then there was no food for him, right? So I was so anxious, but I could not help him. So I searched from the internet and I found this Avalokitesvara's mantra. All money, buy my home. All money, buy my home. Yeah. So before that, I never tried any mantra. And I could not believe how can a mantra do anything, make any difference, right? You're doing here and some things there. I had no idea. But by this time, I was kind of, well, it maybe works. If a cell phone can receive, can talk, can see from so far away, maybe mantra works, right? So it was like, I wish it would work, or any other religious teaching might work. Please help, right? So I did this and I invited the other people to help. And then so I started to chant this mantra every day. And also by that time I could not sleep every night. My heart was like shaking, like thrilling every day. So I was doing this every day. And I thought I was doing for him, but eventually I realized that the good for me benefited me much more than it helped my father. Okay. I don't know how much he gets, but I know I get. Yeah.
So it helped you more than it helped him, you would say?
Yeah, I feel so. I don't know. I hope he did. Some other people say he did, but I don't know because I could not communicate with him with language. So, one thing is I know when he was in the hospital, I know he was helped. As he was shaking every time when the nurses touched him, moved him, he was like shaking like that. And then every time I jumped to him, I hold his arm, and he was like not only shaking, he was like cramping, right? That's very hard for him. So I hold him, and then I chant this. I chant this like in just like a few minutes, like in 5 minutes, he would calm down. Probably sometimes 2 or 3 minutes, he calmed down. Okay. Kind of when I keep doing it, then he calmed down and not shaking. Yeah.
So you were eventually able to get to him, to be by his side?
Right. I did eventually. It took me several weeks to get to him.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's so bad. That was a heart-wrenching experience. I can't even talk into this too much. It's just too.
Yeah, I understand. I lost both my parents years ago, and it's still hard to talk about.
Yeah.